You are listening to the Screen to Screen Selling Talk Show hosted by Doug Devitre, your source to increasing sales, productivity, and customer experience. In each show, we will sit down with world-class thought leaders to discuss latest trends, innovative concepts, and ideas to keep you ahead of the curve using the latest technology.
On how to be able to improve performance depending on what skill set or experience that they're trying to be able to create for someone else. And so Doceri is my go-to tool. It's one available for the iPad. Now if you're using Android, there's a tool called Whiteboard, or maybe there's something else that maybe will come out that has some of the similar features. So this tool, Doceri, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to demonstrate it. I'm going to show you how to set it up and some of the features that maybe you've found in other platforms, but you haven't tried to figure out how to make it work specifically for you. And so one of the problems that you'll run into is that working on different platforms, whether it's WebEx, whether it's Citrix, whether it's Zoom, whether it's Join Me, whether it's Google Hangouts, whether it's Skype, each one of them have their own screen share applications or screen share feature that's part of it. However, the utility or the tools inside each one of them require different menus, different options, and so forth, and can be a burden sometimes because you have to, in order to use every one of them really well, you have to learn how to use each one of them. So instead, that's the reason why Doceri is a good tool to master, because it's platform agnostic, meaning it'll work for any of the remote meeting softwares out there. It's just figuring out how to be able to, number one, activate the screen share component, and then number two, use Doceri in a way that helps, not hinders, the customer experience. So right now what's going to end up happening is my screen just went blank, and what I like to do sometimes when I start conversations is just draw a little smiley face, because whenever a screen goes blank, a customer might say, well, gosh, what just happened? So that's one of the simple things that I like to do in order to be able to let people know that, guess what? I'm actually drawing on the screen right now. So what I just did is I just took a picture of what appears on the whiteboard so you can see the menu that I'm working with. Let me just move my cursor here out of the way so you can see the full screen. So at the very top here is the little menu that I like to work with, and the different tools, very similar to Microsoft Word. And so we'll go through each one of these to show you kind of the benefits, advantages of using each one. So if I wanted to be able to initiate the whiteboard annotation feature, I just click on this little pen, and then it'll pull up a background, or a white background, or maybe it allows you then to write on a specific web page, or then write on a specific document. So by clicking that button inside of the tool, that's when you can start to make your annotations. If I wanted to be able to change the background, I just click on that button. And then this is probably the one that you use quite the most. There's going to be time in a conversation where you're going to want to insert a picture or insert a visual that could be similar to a PowerPoint slide. However, one of the suggestions we like to make in screen-to-screen selling is to insert a visual that's a fill in the blank. That you can start to draw in. So whatever picture it is that you have stored in your computer, or in this case, because I'm using Apple and I'm using Photos, the Photos application on the MacBook. The photos in my computer are synchronized to the photos in the iPad. So technically, you can figure out how to do that, how to categorize photos for what you need to be able to pull up quickly. So that's the Photos option. Next, one of the things that's a tremendous value add to customers is being able to share your whiteboard annotations at the end of the conversation. So maybe if you've had a customer says, well, gosh, we've covered a lot of things, I don't even remember everything that we talked about, and you have 10 different whiteboard annotation slides, instead of sending them one by one as pictures, or sometimes someone will even take a picture of each one of the slides with the camera, you can go around that by sharing all of the images and annotations as one PDF. Next, you have the pen, highlighter, marker, highlighter, arrow, square, circle, eraser, undo button, which is the one that I use quite often, especially if you write something out or you draw something out, you want to go back you click the undo button, it just erases that last annotation. Or if I wanted to remove everything that I put on the screen, I just click the little windshield wiper and I'll put it back. Now, with the other button that you have is redo. So if you undo something because you don't want it there, but actually you want to change your mind, you want it back, a redo allows you to do that. So those are just kind of some quick ways to be able to show you what you have as an option. I'll also pull up what the photo section looks like, because I'm trying to figure out how to organize your photos. The more you do that ahead of time, it's going to decrease the amount of time that it takes to be able to pull up on somebody's computer screen. So maybe you've seen in the past where somebody gets to a presentation and there's this long pause because they need to find the right image or play the right video or whatever it might be. We need to be able to decrease that response time by organizing our photos. So one of the things I like to do is create folders by either customer type, or maybe it's by transaction type, or maybe I create organize my photos by the process type. So whatever clever way you have of being able to store and organize your photos, make sure you do it in that Photos application, so when you quickly turn it over to the iPad, that you can synchronize them correctly. So this is again the web page you can go to. You have to download the program Doceri onto your computer. You also have to download it on your iPad, and the way that works is through this connection dashboard. I'll go ahead and pull this up so you can see what this connection dashboard looks like. So really what you have here that you can see, and I'm actually going to draw on this to emphasize, is that I'm drawing on my iPad the entire time. I'm not drawing on my computer, even though maybe some tablet types of computers might have that option. And it connects wirelessly to my computer using the same Wi-Fi network. So that's one of the things, is you have to have each device on the same Wi-Fi connection to be able to connect them. So that way you don't need a wire. Sometimes you get tangled up in presentations having wires because you can only go to a certain amount of distance. Now you can walk around wirelessly by configuring the room that you have. And again, this is for live presentations, or it's for screen to screen. So the emphasis, what I'll do is I'll put up one last visual so you can see kind of the overall effect of what's happening here. So whether you're using WebEx, whether you're using GoToMeeting, whether you're using Skype or any of the other tools, look inside of that tool for that screen share option. And so you're sharing your desktop. So once you share your desktop using whatever platform that you're using, now using Doceri, you can start to draw on the flat screen TVs. You can even start to draw on smartphones, tablets, laptops, and probably soon the watch. So really, instead of learning how to use every single whiteboard feature on every single tool, Doceri is one tool that you can master that really will work with all of those. So we've covered a lot in a short period of time. Be sure to send in your questions, and I hope you have an amazing day ahead.
You are listening to the Screen to Screen Selling Talk Show, hosted by Doug Devitre, your source to increasing sales, productivity, and the customer experience. In each show, we will sit down with world-class thought leaders to discuss latest trends, innovative concepts, and ideas to keep you ahead of the curve using the latest technology.
That's another reason to join early. Well,
if you're familiar with Google Plus, how to do a Hangout, or even like Join.me and some of the other screen sharing things I've seen.
Oh, congratulations!